We have some breaking NXT news. What is up, everybody? It's your girl, Denise Salcedo and Chinedu Ogu. Stephanie Vaquer has just lost the Women's NXT Championship to Jacy Jayne in an ending that I don't think anyone saw coming. Dude, I am kind of just like, what now? Before we get into all of that, Chinedu, first and foremost, how are you?
First and foremost, I'm great. It's always awesome to hang out with the homie Salcedo and the amazing DWO. It's great. I will say this. I'm shocked. I had the trick wig ready to come out here as Chin Williams and have a great promo, have a good time because I enjoy heel trick. But no, this has been upstaged by what I feel is probably one of the I gotta say I didn't like the ending. I don't want to say worst ending, but it was bad. I did not enjoy that at all.
I didn't either.
I did
So
not enjoy that at all.
let's break down what happened. So even though the ending was not great, there is one possible bright side to this, okay? The one bright side to this, and I hope this is the bright side to this, is that Stephanie Vaquer may be headed to the main roster. That is the only possible explanation for her dropping the title to Jacy Jayne. The only possible explanation, all right? But let's talk a little bit more about this, Chin. So I wasn't doing a watch along today. And so normally when I don't do watch alongs, I still record myself like doing my reactions. I kid you not. I didn't have no reactions for nothing today, right? And I was gonna click out because I'm like, yo, like this isn't even like, like I'm gonna exit, I'm gonna stop recording, right? I'm not kidding you. I was chilling watching the show and I'm just chilling, chewing my little gum, watching the show. And all of a sudden I see the 3 count and I'm like, what? I posted my reaction and you can tell that I was not processing this information as it happened. My only reaction was what? And then the crowd was in the exact same way. Nobody had any reaction whatsoever. Not commentary, not the ring announcers, not the fans in the building. Everybody was, what did we just see? So I mean, of course, Jacy Jayne, with the help of some of her gal pals, and defeated Stephanie Vaquer, got her with the 3 count. She's the new next NXT Women's Champion. Here's how I feel about this, Chin, and why I did not like it. So the reason I did not like it, one, is that this match felt so unceremonious, and we should have known the second that we saw that it was the main event. Oh my gosh, we're so stupid. The second that they announced that Ricky Saints and Ethan Page was going to be opening the show, we should have seen this coming. We should have seen this coming. The fact that this was the main event was the sign that it should have been coming, but I didn't see it that way. I just thought, okay, Stephanie Vaquer, she's in the main event. Great, we love Stephanie, right? But here's the reason why I didn't like it. It was super unceremonious. I was not expecting anything here. 2, Jacy Jayne, who I'm a fan of, and I've been a fan of her since her Toxic Attraction days, has not done much as of late. They've only recently started kind of getting, I don't even want to say the ball rolling. I feel like I could name 10 other women on the NXT roster that have kind of had the ball rolling a little bit more in terms of who we thought was going to be in line for becoming NXT Women's Champion. And I'm a fan of Jacy Jayne. I've been hoping for big things for her, but I like things to progress in a nice little format. This just went 0 to 100 fast, Chinedu. So that's why I was like, what? I think had this been Jada Parker or someone like that, Jordynne Grace, someone like that we've been seeing consistently be built up in the recent era of NXT, then I would have been like, oh shit, what the hell? Like, I can't believe this. But I personally, that was my reaction to this.
I will wholeheartedly agree. I gotta say, when I guarantee I could talk to anybody who's a big time wrestling fan, and I'll tell them that Stephanie Vaquer dropped the title to Jacy Jayne. They'll all respond with who? Who? That is how who won the title tonight? Jacy Jayne, not even the leader of the group. Fallon's the leader, right? Not even the leader. She wasn't even the leader of the last group with Mandy in there. She wasn't even the leader. That's how I feel, Denise. Seriously, I was like, you have all these girls here, all these girls.
Yeah, that's where we're at. I'm telling you, it's completely unprecedented right now. And again, like I said, the bright side, and I hope, pray to the heavens that this is the bright side, is that hopefully that means Stephanie Vaquer is WWE Raw bound or SmackDown bound, that she's going to hopefully be on the main roster. And then when I say main roster, I mean like ASAP, stat, either make a debut, right after her Worlds Collide. When she's done with Worlds Collide and doing that match, I want to see her like go to the main roster, because anything else, Chin, no, anything else. Like if she doesn't go to the main roster after this, like stat, I'm going to be so freaking disappointed.
I feel the exact same way. None of this to me, unless she's going to the main roster ASAP, and I mean like she does. I mean she's gone. Like she don't cut a promo
tomorrow,
NXT
right now. Chinedu, she better be on her way right now.
Right now, getting the red gear ready for Raw. The red gear is getting ready for Raw. That's what we're on, filming vignettes, promos, because so much doesn't make sense. Why have her interact with Lola Vice if she was going to drop the title? I thought I was going to see a Lola Vice heel turn. She's going to turn on Stephanie at Worlds Collide and challenge for the title. That's what I was seeing, and that made sense to me. And I was excited about it because Lola is one of the girls.
Right. We talk about this. Yes.
We talk about these things. And to me, honestly, seeing all this, and I know this might be a really hot take or odd take, seeing how everything played out with Stephanie and Julia and all this, it kind of made Roxanne losing the title. Although I'm happy she's on Raw, she's doing much better on Raw. It kind of made her losing the title to this group pointless, because neither one of them really like held the title for a long time. We're having no real era of running it, and had some good matches, but nothing that really was like what Roxanne did, honestly. So I was just
I think there was a lot in Stephanie's run. I love Stephanie's run for a couple of reasons. So one, it was during, early on in her run, she also got to hold simultaneously the NXT Women's Championship. So it's important to note that she was a double champ at one point. And two, she got to, was she already champion when she appeared at the Rumble? I can't remember. So I'll just disregard that for a second. But she did get to make several appearances on Monday Night Raw as champion. So that to me signified or made it more significant, made her championship run significant. And then also I love the match that she had at Stand and Deliver. I love the stuff that she did with Jordynne Grace. So I was a fan of Stephanie Vaquer's reign. I liked everything they did with it. I was truly believing that going into NXT Worlds Collide, that she would be champion. I mean, I was sitting here manifesting, not just like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, manifesting a big one-on-one matchup for Stephanie Vaquer for NXT Worlds Collide. And now I just feel like I got egg on my face.
Exactly. And everything you said about Stephanie's reign is completely accurate. I think where my fandom is just like deflated is kind of like the wet ending of it. How it just ended. It was so unceremonious, for everything she did in it. And also the fact that's like I wanted to be lengthy. I think that's what I really wanted also too. I want to have a long run. I know that's like you can't do it for all the titles and things like that, but for Stephanie, I want to have a length because she's so over with the crowd. But at the same time, I understand being called to the main roster, but I just still feel like somebody like Jacy Jayne, she should have been like Soruka for the women North American title, something like that. It's so many other people that should have gotten that title, and I feel like it should have been done in a much more grandiose way. Like right. if you're gonna have her lose here, she should have just lost at Stand and Deliver.
Yeah. I mean,
like what?
Look, the other thing that I'm thinking of right now is when we were saying like, okay, because Stephanie Vaquer has been so over, you would think that if she did drop the title, it would be to somebody that was really building momentum on the roster, that was doing all of this so that when they did defeat Stephanie Vaquer, it was like, oh shit, like look at you go girl, you defeated Stephanie Vaquer. So with that being said, Jacy Jayne, I really, really hope that they use this opportunity to really do something with her. This is it. Like, either do something with her. I have the feeling that this is not going to last very long. I have a feeling this is going to be a very quick championship thing for Jacy Jayne. Either she drops the title to Fallon Henley, which, that's probably the direction I'm thinking they're going in. I don't know. It's just weird, especially when you got other gals in there like Jordan and Jada and etc. So I'm just like, I'm a little bit baffled. I haven't even had time to really process this, but I want to get into the super chats because I have no idea how you guys feel about this. I'm not sure if you guys are like in love with the idea, excited, or kind of feeling the same way we are, where it's okay, we're excited for the possibility of Stephanie going to the main roster, but on the NXT side of things, this was completely out of nowhere. So let's see what you, the people, are saying. We got Sheldon Jackson who kicks us off here. Thank you so much, Sheldon. He says, kind of worried TNA is going to make Santana the first guy to lose to Trick in Trick's first TNA title defense, building Santana up just to lose to Trick. Santana should be the first one to win the title from Trick. So I think eventually Santana will be defeating Trick Williams for the championship because they've been sort of prepping Santana to be that guy. And we'll talk about more of him in just a second. But I do think he will defeat him eventually, but not the first match. I think if he were to defeat him the first match, that would totally, like, in my opinion, kind of suck for Trick Williams because I kind of want him to, like, get a little bit more out of this. But we'll circle back to this in a second. We got Luis Arturo Mendez who says, damn, we got an NXT superstar as the TNA World Champion all before GTA 6. Yo, I mean, that is true. It is true. You're not lying.
God,
we got
no, so many things.
We got Bob Ross Jr. here who says Dante Chen, Alpha Academy, and Chase U should form a team called the Getting Bullied. Oh, I actually have something really funny that I've noticed, and I might as well mention it right now. So they had Jasper take on Dante Chen. I don't know if you've noticed this or if you guys have noticed this, but they always put Dante Chen in every new guy's first matchup, like, ever. Like, usually the new guys, they always face Dante Chen, and then you never see him for months on end, and then suddenly he's back giving some other guy his first match.
Wow, that's true. Dang.
Yeah, that's the only time we see Dante Chen. Chinedu, if you were making your NXT debut tomorrow, you would be facing Dante Chen. We got Steven Marchuli here who says, what's next for Ricky Saints? I'm going to circle back to this one. Give me a second. I'll circle back to that one. Jay Stone says, La primera, la primera, nah. WTF was that ending? Thank you. Finally, I was waiting for some reactions on this. I'm kind of glad that I'm not alone in feeling this way, where we're all like, what happened? I just feel like we got the rug swept from underneath us. Usually we can kind of, I'm always talking about the element of surprise and how I love the element of surprise, Chin, because I do, but I don't know if this is, maybe I might have to take that back, or this is not the way that I was thinking of it.
I wholeheartedly agree because I've always been a big proponent of the phrase "let them cook" in NXT because that's the whole point of developmental. See what everyone can do, and just like it's like with Metaphor and No Quarter Catch Crew, let them cook. But I didn't think to this degree, like not just hand her the whole title. Like what? Again, Jada Parker's there, Lola Vice there, Jordan Grace is there. It's like all these people that you ideally thought, but I mean maybe again. It's because I didn't like the ending. I still feel like maybe it's because it's so unexpected. And again, like, I'm hoping something good will come of this, but it's still just so bizarre because Fatal Influence was not anywhere near this title picture or even like getting the kind of TV time where you would thought they would win this title on a random NXT. How does this happen? Shocking.
Yeah. We got Steven Marchuli here who says NXT Women, the reason Evolution 2 will kill it. That's a fact, Steven. We got Brandon Rosen here who says in one night, two completely over baby faces lost their titles. WTF HBK. Yeah, I thought the news story of the day or of the night was going to be Ethan Page winning the NXT North American Championship from Ricky Saints, which I am going to circle back to this in a second as well. We got Mr. GRK Chef 13 who says, "Are you serious? Jacy Jayne NXT champ? I am stunned." Yeah, my friend, we're with you, bro. We're completely shocked too. We got Sheldon Jackson here who says, "Yeah, that main event was BS. Instead of Jordan Grace becoming Jason champion, Jacy effing Jayne F this shit. This better be a Shawn Spears reign." I think it will be a Shawn Spears reign. I thought of Sheldon Jackson right away the second that I saw this. I was like, oh, I know for a fact Sheldon's not going to be happy about this. But I mean, it's one of those things. I'm a Jacy Jayne fan. I'm a fan, Chin. I've been nonstop. I've been trying to convert Sheldon into a Jacy Jayne fan. But again, it just wasn't the moment. It didn't feel like the moment. Bob Ross. Oh, sorry, Chin, go for it.
No. I was saying at all. It didn't feel like it at all.
We got Bob Ross Jr. who says, "Let's go, Stephanie and Rick getting called up." That's at least our assumptions, right? Hopefully our assumptions aren't wrong. Matt Logan says, "I've been saying for a long time, JC was always losing. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like, this was just like, that's why none of us were expecting this. None of us. Thank you, Matt Logan. We got Dream Ninja 77 who says, "I like JC, but I guess they worked me. I did not see that coming. Stephanie has been absolutely amazing and has been over AF." And that's the only, I guess, saving grace, where because she has been amazing, because she has been over AF, that hopefully this means good things are coming, and those good things should be a main roster contract. So hopefully that's where we're headed. We got Matt Logan here who says, "JC has been in NXT a long time. She was overdue. I get what you mean by that, Matt, but it's not just about having been somewhere for a long time. It's about what has been going on with that person during that time that they were there. Like, this isn't like a seniority thing. This is you go out there, you got stories, you got matches, you got things happening to work your way up that ladder to get to this eventual moment. So, and they could easily have done that. This is a scripted thing. We could have had more time to actually build up Jacy Jayne. So the fact that they didn't really build up Jacy Jayne for this moment makes me feel that this was a last minute decision, Chin.
Absolutely. I was like, first and foremost, my first initial thought was, again, is Stephanie getting called up? Did Stephanie get in trouble? Is Stephanie injured? One of those things happened in my mind. That's usually what happened in my mind. And more than likely, I feel she's getting called up because she's very over. Like you said, they test her out with the Raw crowd. Raw crowd loves her, loves the moveset, loves the gear, loves the entrance. She's going to sell merch, move a lot of merch. They're already chanting La Primera in that crowd. That's all they need. Let's go. And then so that really makes sense. And with Ricky Saints, I really hope he gets called up because they really did just completely move on with that division in the same night.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. We got Steven Marchulli here who says, "Stephanie Vaquer's what's next call up?" I hope so, Steven. I truly hope so. We got the autistic announcer here, DWO member for 2 months. Thank you so much. Says, "Most shocking title change since Jinder beat Orton." Oh shit, dude.
Dark times, man.
We need a saying for JC, because you know how you had "Don't hinder the Jinder."
We need
come
one.
up with something clever for JC. Don't wasty the JC? No, that's so lame. I can't think of anything. Okay, I'll think of something. Okay, we got Brandon Rosen here who says, "Everyone assumes that Stephanie Vaquer and Ricky Saints are getting called up because they lost belts. Has no one learned from the case of Roxanne Perez? It's not that cut and dry." That is true. Look, at the end of the day, Brandon Rosen is not wrong. You and I, Chinedu, have sat here week after week in the past trying to predict when Roxanne was going to get called up to the main roster, and we were wrong so many times.
Absolutely. And but I do want to say right now, I am so happy for Roxanne right now. I'm not gonna lie. I see all the things going on with I know this isn't Raw, but I know all the things going on with the Vision and things like that. But I am so into that Roxanne Judgment Day storyline. I am all in. Okay, I want the drama. When Liv came back, I said, "Oh." I was like, Carlito, I was like, "Dude, you better stop trying to eat her nuggets, bro. You better stop."
No, I'm
Love
digging
it.
it. I'm digging it too. I'm with you on that. But yeah, Brandon, I don't know. I look, if it's like 3 weeks and if it's a month, okay, what's an appropriate time? 3 weeks, a month? If it's
I
like a
feel like
month and she isn't on,
yeah, I feel like at 3 weeks we'll be like, okay, she didn't get called up though. But I truly hope that they both get called up though, because both of them can hang on the main roster already though. So it's not like they're like not used to big stages and large crowds. They both can handle it. I just really hate how they both went out tonight, man. Jai, that was rough.
we got Alexander here who says Jacy Jayne's haters cry about it, hoping better things for Stephanie Vaquer. Hope she gets called for Money in the Bank. Oh, just a correction, by the way. I don't think this is anything about hating or anything like that. It's just surprising because usually when people get championship opportunities, there's like a build up to it. You can tell. We watch the programming every week, so it's not about like hating or anything like that. It's about, wait, this person was not having any, like, there was no build up to this where you thought, oh, she's building momentum and she's going to be at some point champion, So there's a difference between, oh, I hate this person, right? Because, for example, I hate Chase U. I'm not a Chase U fan. All right, I can come out here and say that. And if Chase U, all of a sudden we see them win all these titles, I'm going to be here like, what the hell is this,
Yeah.
But there's a difference between, hey, there's a hatred or a dislike or some sort of disdain for somebody, and then there's the difference between, wait, this person's storytelling for the last couple of months, matches for the last couple of months did not at all make us think that this was in the realm of possibility. So there is a big difference. Thank you so much, Alexander. We got JJ Castillo here who says, WTF, they could have Jordan win this title instead. JC won, make it make sense. Hope this means Stephanie will go to the main roster soon. Yeah, so it's just one of those things where it didn't really make too much sense. We got Fanta Consumer here who says, hate the devil's kiss thing and Booker's weird reaction being the center of NXT women's matches. So I'm fine with this, LMAO. Don't you wanna Fanta? All right, sorry, I had to go there. I just had a Fanta the other day, so it's in my brain.
They're good.
But Chin, there are a lot of people that do not like Booker T's commentary, that do not like the Wilden aspect that he brings to commentary, and I 100% understand. It took me some time to get used to it, where at this point I'm just used to it, but I get where people are coming from, where it may not be for them, because it is very, very, Booker can be very, very out there for sure.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it is very like it does have it will give hints of like very attitude-esque Jerry Lawler type, puppies kind of along that line, because of course, I feel wrestling fans now want to pride themselves on being so far removed from stuff like that. But I also feel at the same time too, for me again, if Stephanie's okay with it and that's the person doing the move, and I saw the amazing interview you did with Booker T. By the way, you guys check that out. She did a great interview with Booker T and Charmel, question about his career, legacy, and the role. It was a great interview. You guys check it out right now. I feel if she's cool with it, then I'm, hey, that's what matters the most though. Because if she wasn't cool with it, hey, Book, hey, chill out, bro. But you said an interview that, hey, Book, chill out, bro. She's not cool with it, but you said an interview that like she'll like point to him and like they'll have conversations about it and enjoys it, and somehow it's something about Booker, man. He can get things over. They chant his name after the move, which is so crazy. It's like, how are y'all can hear him all the way in the crowd? That like, hear. I thought only people watching could hear him though, but apparently they can hear in the crowd too. So again, if Stephanie's
it's
cool
a small
with it,
venue, I think it echoes.
That's
and he's
right.
loud and yelling. And then also people see the clips afterwards too. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I interviewed Booker, I felt so awkward doing the on the mic. I put zero flair into that, by the way. I did the most generic you could ever see. But it's because it's awkward. It's not like you go around going It's so embarrassing.
But I'm telling you, that's why Booker gets paid the big bucks. But that Booker, yeah. Like the fact he can talk like that. That's your real voice, Booker, all the time. And this is all the time. Like, your voice don't hurt. It don't hurt at all. Like, that's all right. I was like, I can't do it.
Now, thank you so much, Fonto Consumer. We got Malcolm Kobe here who says, y'all, I'm flabber and gasted because WTF, Ricky and Stephanie losing. Sean said the undisputed era not here, but I'm finna shock the system. man. And we haven't even got into Ricky Saints. I just want to make sure to get everyone's reactions here about the Stephanie thing, because we're getting a lot of people sharing their thoughts. And so we still got to get into Ricky, but give me a second. We got Sheldon Jackson here who says, in one moment, the prestige of the NXT Women's Championship just went down the shitter with Jacy as champ. Well, we'll give her a chance. We got to give her a chance. We got to give her a chance. We got Bob Ross Jr. here who says, this reminds me of Mankind versus The Rock in 1999. We got Stephen Marchuli who's here who says, Jayne drops the belt to Jordan. Jacy is a transitional champ. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting for it to be a transitional championship sort of situation. We got Jay Stone here who says, this eclipsed the time when Indy won the NXT title. She was another one that when she won the title, I was pretty surprised. I don't remember everybody that was in that matchup for Stand and Deliver, because it was a multi-woman ladder match. I don't remember everybody that was in it, but I do remember, I think I had like 2 or 3 people that I was expecting to win, and then Indy. So that one was pretty surprising too when it happened. We got Jacob Tatum here who says, I think Jacy Jayne winning the NXT Women's Championship was the wrong decision, in my opinion, and Jordan Grace should have won on Sunday. Hashtag shocker / WTF. I mean, yeah, we just saw that match at Battleground, bro. This is what I mean. I think we can tell, or we can presume, that this was super last minute.
It has to be. There's no other way. No other way. And I think
sorry, Chin, finish up.
No, I'm sorry. I just want to point out the fact, I want to shout out to DWO for all these amazing super chats, and I also want to shout out to homie Denise, her amazing Patreon that I feel is available right now. Want to take if I could take about 30 seconds to discuss something real quick. I watched the other shows with Denise, and I always saw her behind the scenes. Denise, tell these folks about that Patreon, because they love you and they want to support you. They want to be a part. They just got to be reminded sometimes. Some folks, when they check something like that happen, well, like, you got to let them know. Let me know. But Denise is very modest about things. I don't want to bug. I listen. Give me the microphone. Hello? Let me start speaking. Let me tell you about this good stuff. So we appreciate everybody that's joining the Patreon. All you that joined so far, thank you so much. And if you have not and you're able to, please join. Great videos, great content, lots of good stuff on the way, y'all. You're not going to miss it. If you think the stuff she posts every day is amazing, man, you will not believe what's on Patreon, okay? So be sure to check out her Patreon, Denise Salcedo. Now back to the program. I'm back.
Thank you so much, Chin. Thank you. We got Trevor L here who says, Jacy is either going to be transitional or this is going to be our gender style reign is my concern, but we'll see. Thank you so much, Trevor. Yeah. I can't believe how many Jinder Mahal mentions we've had on today's stream. I was not even thinking of Jinder like today at all. Sorry, Jinder.
That's shocking. We love you, Jinder, but yes, that's shocking.
Brandon Rosen says, if Stephanie doesn't show up on Raw or SmackDown this week, we riot. Yo, Brandon, I'm with you, man. I might riot too. Like, part of me is thinking, bro, have her. I know she's already has a match for NXT Worlds Collide, which we're going to talk about because I have some thoughts on that. But, I mean, dude, at this point, double book her, put her in the Money in the Bank.
Something, please.
We got Algo here who says, I'm as shocked as I was when Brock beat Taker. That made me quit for 10 years. Difference is the product is much better now. Hey, I think for the NXT, because, you know, when you think about Brock beating Undertaker, we all remember where we were at and what we were doing. I think for the NXT version of that, this is one of those things where we're all going to remember what we were doing when Stephanie lost. Wild.
I think so too, because there was that one guy in the crowd who had that reaction, just like we all remember the match of Brock Taker. But we also remember that black dude in the front row like this.
Yeah,
we need that person for this match.
Yeah, that's funny. We got Shihab Caesar here who says Stephanie Vaquer versus Julia feud will be good for the SmackDown US title. Hey, look at Shihab is thinking positively. All right. I like this thought process, Shihab. Thank you for livening up my mood here. I appreciate that. We got Paul Abneen, by the way, who became a brand new DWO member. Welcome, Paul. We got David Primero here who says Jacy's win might be a shock to many, but she deserves it for her hard work and for taking Gigi and Mandy away. Plus, her win might be a story for Evolution too. Wait, what? Taking Gigi and Mandy away? Unfortunately, yeah, it's so crazy. crazy. I was thinking about this when Gigi Dolan got released, that Jacy Jayne is the last one standing of Toxic Attraction. And God, I remember when Toxic Attraction was running this building, like everything with the branding, everything was Toxic Attraction. So it's just crazy to think everything that came out of that. Mandy was a long time. I wish she was up there with one of the longest running NXT Women's Champions. And then Gigi, we were waiting for her to get her moment. Didn't happen. It's just wild, Chin, how all of these things happen. We got JJ Castillo here who says, I know Stephanie is going to do great things in the main roster. She deserved to be part of Raw or SmackDown. It's just this title drop seemed like a questionable move. LHBK booking. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's why, guys, I think we were all expecting for when and if Stephanie dropped the title, that it would be more ceremonious and in a much more anticipation. Come on, had it been Jordan and Stephanie, we would have been like, oh shit. Come on, we just saw the match at Battleground. I just freaking talked about it like 2 days ago. That would have been the perfect moment to do this. And then people would have been like, oh shit. Actually, I'm so stupid. I forgot that Jordan Grace was my original prediction for Battleground, Chin. And so, I had said, oh yeah, she's probably going to lose to Jordan and she's going to get called up to the main roster. And then I took that back. And now I'm sitting here going, really, that could have been the move.
It really could have been. Again, further proof that this had to be a super last-minute decision, because it made no sense for the not to drop the title at Battleground if this was going to be the outcome. Again, no knock to Jacy Jayne. Like, we're a big advocate. Denise has always been a big advocate for her, though, but it's just our criticism is over the booking, not the individuals.
We got Saif Done Super who says, this is like when Jinder won the title. Oh my God, this is the third Jinder mention. We should have a little ticker for Jinder every time we get a Jinder mention.
Yeah.
Jinder's ears are ringing right now. He's like, hello, you holler for me? That's not anything what Jinder sounds, by the way. Why does Jinder have a British accent all of a sudden?
Yeah, I was like, isn't Jinder Canadian? How's he?
All I remember is the one time when he was calling Randy on the screen and he was, Randy.
And it's like, we know that's not how you talk, man. Like, talk like how you regularly talk, man. Don't do this. Vince, is this you, Vince? Don't do this to Jinder, man.
God. We got Jacob Tatum here who says, who beats Oba Femi for the belt? See, okay, so let's talk about Ricky Saints here because Jacob Tatum. So Ricky Saints lost the title to Ethan Page, right? And that was done in this matchup that, they got started before the bell even rung. It got pretty ugly, pretty messy. At one point, he had a gruesome spot where the chair went like right into his throat. They executed that very well. It looked legit. I was kind of scared. So they did a good job of, just doing that. Anyways, throughout the entire match, he continues going after that throat area of Ricky Saints, hitting him with a brutal clothesline, all of that. Ethan Page gets the victory here. And so I wasn't surprised by this one only because I accidentally got it spoiled for myself. I started watching NXT late today and I went on Twitter and I saw that Ethan Page had won. So I wasn't shocked at all because I had seen the spoiler. But anyway, so I was more so wondering what's going to happen? How is it going to happen? Right. So I know everybody here is saying like, oh, Ricky Saints is going to go to the main roster. Right. And you guys, I hope you're right, because originally my first reaction wasn't thinking that he was going to go to the main roster. Actually, my first reaction was he's going to be going after Oba Femi for the NXT championship. That was actually my first reaction, and I may be wrong, and I don't hope that I'm necessarily wrong, because I wouldn't mind seeing Ricky Saints go after Oba for the title, but that was my first reaction, though. My brain didn't go to main roster.
I honestly would enjoy that too, just because right now he needs competition, and like I know there's a size difference though, but Ricky Starks makes up for a lot of that on the mic, and I still feel it'll be entertaining feuds. And I can see these guys being able to work well together. Like Oba worked with Wesley in great matches, so he's able to work with lighter guys in the ring. So I feel it'll be really good. And just at the same time too, while they continue to kind of develop the other guys, like I like what they did with Miles. I really enjoyed that match. It was a really, really good match. I feel they have something there with Tavion Heights. Like, I've always been a very big fan of Tavion. I loved his work on HSM. He's really, really great over there. Lots of talent, singing ability, really, really good. He can dance. So I feel he'd be really great on the on the main event talent too. So I feel at this time is just a really good move to do that. I hope they do that in direction though, because other guys right now I could see contending like a Wesley or whatever though, but we know they wouldn't win though. So yeah, that could be the best outcome, honestly, if not on the main roster.
Yeah, I do hope so. I've been saying this since before he even got to NXT. I was a fan of Ricky over in AEW, and I had been rooting for Ricky in AEW, and I have not seen anything of Ricky's in NXT that has matched what he did in AEW. The work that he did, the work that he did with Bryan Danielson, the work that he only got to do a little bit with CM Punk. He didn't even get to finish that full story, but the work that he did with CM Punk, the work that he did with MJF, I am a Ricky Starks fan. So I was actually surprised when he came into WWE that he went to NXT. I felt like, okay, like this is a guy that should be main roster ready. Like he's main roster ready. And I don't think that if you never saw Ricky in AEW, I don't think that fans have seen even a little bit of what he can do. I still don't think they've scratched the surface with showing his promo ability, especially when it comes to like shit talking on the mic, and then the kind of matches that he can have when he's in there with like really good workers. I mentioned MJF, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk. Those are obviously some of the very best out there. So I know for a fact that if Ricky was on the main roster, I know he would be having bangers. I know that for a fact based off what I've seen of his on AEW. So I do think Ricky would be phenomenal on the main roster. And yeah, but I also think that he's gonna if he does go to the main roster, his lack of presence will be felt on the show because we all know this men's division is SLIM, slim. Exactly. Anthony Giuliano here says Jacy slapped Stephanie on Sunday at Battleground. Yep, I saw that. We got Creighton Robs here who says Mike Rome's reaction said it all. Shock of the year. I know. I wonder if he knew. I don't know if he knew, right? I have no idea.
If he didn't, he sold it well because he paused himself, like almost like he forgot he was at work too. Like, oh yeah, here's your winner.
Because if he didn't know, Chen, I've done ring announcing, okay? And there's nothing scarier than being like you're afraid of announcing the wrong winner. Or maybe you misunderstood something, right? Or hey, was this for the title? Is this not for the title? Like, let me make sure I don't fuck shit up, right? And so I feel like as a ring announcer, if he did not know, great, right? I get it. Like, that's even better. And if he did know, dude's got some acting chops.
Good chops.
Yeah. We got Terrence Johnson here says, so Cora doesn't get a reign, just Jacy does. Stupid. Well, this has nothing to do with Cora Jade. Cora Jade's story is a totally different story. That's not Jacy's fault whatsoever. Thank you, Terrence. We got Fanta Consumer who says, I'm way more upset about Ricky TBH. So I will tell you that I wasn't upset with Ricky's only because I do also like what they've been doing with Ethan Page, but I wasn't expecting it. And then secondly, I thought, wow, Ethan Page didn't necessarily scream NXT Worlds Collide to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Ricky Saints kind of screamed a little bit more NXT Worlds Collide to me. I can't really explain it. So I actually thought that it was a given that Ricky was going to win. However, they did announce a pretty damn cool matchup for NXT Worlds Collide that I'm intrigued by. It's so weird because this is one of those situations where Ethan Page does not fit in with any of the other guys in this match. And by that, I mean they have a totally different style. He's going to be defending his title in an NXT North American Championship Fatal 4-Way match against Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Rey Fenix. One of these things is not like the other, Chin.
Absolutely. This is like Rey Mysterio versus Ultimo Dragon versus Sin Cara versus Hardcore Holly. This is not matched at somebody in his ring does not match what's about to happen in this ring right now. And it's definitely Ethan Page again. And it's just, again, it was so sudden that like they literally just moved on. Like, I don't know if they're gonna get a rematch or cut a promo or what's gonna happen, but it just felt so sudden that they moved on. And I know like they don't consider Worlds Collide sometimes, I guess, a PLE, but at the same time, I feel they are. It's a WWE stuff now, so they want to make sure every show is gonna be loaded with some really good stuff. So
I mean, it's on YouTube. I mean,
Well, I
we're on
mean, yeah,
YouTube, so no shade to YouTube, but
yeah,
come on.
yeah,
We're not
yeah. I mean,
a $1 billion company over here.
that is very true. But again, still just so shocking that they moved on so quick, though. But I'm excited to see the match, and I still want to see how Ethan plays in. I'm expecting him to retain, but I guess I just don't know how he'll play into this match because he's nothing like these other three guys, though. So we'll just see.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of those where Javon and Laredo Kid and Ray Phoenix, they do all of the action, and then somehow, some way, Ethan Page will sneak up in there and no, you know what? No, maybe. You know what? Now that I think about it, I was about to say maybe Ethan Page just sneaks up in there and gets the win, but actually, I don't think Ethan Page is winning. Am I
Really?
crazy? Is it just because I know he just won the title, but
Yeah.
actually, hot take. What if Javon Evans takes this?
Listen, I'm first of all, I'm with the hot take. Now it's a very hot take because he just won that belt, and I think it's kind of interesting that they were hot shot
Well, I
like
mean,
that.
at
But
this point, based off what we saw tonight, all the rules are out the window, Chin.
it's true. I mean, and they've done this before. They've done this with Trick Williams and Dominic Mysterio, though. So it wouldn't be the first time they didn't hot shot the belt real quick, though. So I wouldn't be opposed to it though, because I feel Javon Evans is long overdue for some gold. Maybe not world title though, but we've always discussed North American title should be somewhere in his stratosphere, if not around his waist by the end of next year. So I'm happy, he's in contention now.
We
Hope
got
he wins.
David Primero here who says today is Villains Day with both heel winning titles. Also thinks Stephanie might be pushed to win the AAA women's title, plus WWE want to stack the main roster. Yeah, I hope this isn't a situation where they're just trying to like keep her with whatever they're planning to do with AAA. Definitely not. You want to make sure you're keeping her on Raw and SmackDown and all of that because she's gotten so much attention and you want to keep that going. We got King Michael Gang 123 who says Jacy sucks and doesn't deserve it. Just saying. I feel bad. I feel bad.
Yeah.
Louis Mack here. Oh, sorry. Chin, go for it.
No, I mean, so I'm saying just like JC is. It's like Denise said earlier. JC is a talent. It's just again, we just hate the booking of it. Like we don't hate JC herself. She's a good wrestler. She can go. She can do promos and all
She's a
that.
good
She's a
heel.
talent. She can work. Yeah, good heel. So it's just, and if anything, I hope this will further elevate the other girls in the pursuit of this title, though. So
We got Louis Mark here who says no Ova and Vaquer lost to Miss Who Gives an F. Oh man, guys. Yeah, this is a tough one today. We got Rolling Thunder 420 here who says I'm not watching NXT no more. I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna read everyone's thoughts and opinions. Everyone's welcome to their own thoughts and opinions.
No, I know what to say. So Rolling Thunder. So what you saying? You ain't pulling up to the chat no more? What you saying?
Hey,
we ain't watching.
People,
That what you saying?
I thought we was people that don't watch the show that still tune into the post show.
Oh, that's true. That's
so.
We'll still. Hey, Ron, still pull up though. We like how you here, man. Thunder man, DWO fam.
We got Paul Ebney here who says, "How long has Jacy been on the? Is this her first singles title? Has she won the NXT North American women's? No, she hasn't. So no. She's was a tag team champion, and this is her first singles title win. Yeah, because she was she was a former 2-time NXT Women's Tag Team Champion with Gigi Dolan. So this is her first singles title run. And let me see really quickly. She's been with NXT since 2020. Holy Jesus, 2020.
5 years?
What? 5 years? Holy smokes. Yes, 5 years. It's according to this here. Wow. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, she made her televised debut September 2020 on NXT. And then she signed though. Excuse me. Never mind. So 4 years. She signed February 2021. So 4 years on NXT. We got Saif Done Super here who says Steph dropped the title to the 50th most popular wrestler. Oh, Fanta Consumer here says, I'm glad she's okay with it. I just don't like it being so prominent in modern women's wrestling, but I know I'm in the minority. And this is in regards to the Booker T thing. Alejandro Reyes says, just tuned in. Someone check on Sheldon Jackson. I love how everyone thought about Sheldon. Longtime NXT viewers here will know that for a fact. We got Corey MacArthur here who says, no words. Why not Jordan Grace? Mike Rome needed his mouth picked up off the floor. Shock Denise and Chin. What's up? What's up? And Ego Champ. I love how Mike Rome is kind of going and like this is the most we've ever talked about Mike Rome ever. This ended up being like a blessing for him because he's being talked about.
Yeah, his reaction too, and shout out to Corey for the small violins in there too, man. That's funny.
Yeah, for reals. Oh yeah, the little violins. Sorry, I just noticed the violins. Thank you, Corey. We got the Imperial Silence, who became a brand new member of the DWO. Welcome. We got Bob Ross Jr. here, who says Triple H really made the boss call and told Sean that he wants Stephanie. He at the Pacers game as we speak. It was so funny because during the Ricky Saints match with Ethan Page, there was one of the guys, and I forget his name. Someone told me his exact name on Twitter, but I forget his name. He came in as a bodyguard, and dude, for a second, my brain glitched, and I thought that was Triple H for like a split second. I posted the screenshot on social media, and everybody was like, oh shit, that really does look like Triple H from back in the day. So very funny stuff. Thank you, Bob Ross. We got a very generous super chat here from the Imperial Silence. Thank you so much for your generosity, Imperial Silence. He says, I bought my tickets for Worlds Collide, Money in the Bank, Raw in Phoenix. Couldn't be more excited. I'm so ready. Dude, okay, here's the cool thing about all of those shows that you got tickets to. They're all going to be completely freaking different. And I do want to take a second really quickly to talk about some of the matches that have been announced for Worlds Collide, and I'll do so here. And here's the thing. We're going to get Legado del Fantasma versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown. I'm a big Psycho Clown fan, so I cannot wait to see that. I'm a big fan of Dr. Wagner, actually, but this is El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. I'm a big fan of Dr. Wagner. He's my older Mexican crush, by the way. A shout out. He's fine. He's a fine looking man, guys. I was like,
really?
Ooh-wee. When I saw him take his mask off, I was like, oh, hello there, good sir. Hey, call me. Anyways, Denise is into daddies. Look at that. Okay. Why did I share all this information, Chin?
I have no idea. And if you guys thought this was amazing, you should see the amazing stuff she has on her Patreon, man. You see more stuff on there, man. Check it out.
Living Rock says Denise is turning into Booker.
You are turning red, Denise. You are turning red as we speak, too. She like that. She let it leak, y'all. Shout out to the daddies,
I'm
man.
just saying. Google, guys. Google, and you'll thank me later. Anyway, so we're also going to get Chad Gable versus El Hijo del Vikingo, which also a big fan of Vikingo. He's one of the coolest guys that you'll see. I can't wait for WWE audiences to be introduced to his wrestling style. If you've never seen Vikingo, jaw will be on the ground, just like Mike Rome. And then we mentioned earlier, Ethan Page, Devon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Rey Fenix. I think really the only person here that I have to kind of share a little bit about is Laredo Kid. He's been over on TNA, but dude's been everywhere. He's been hustling for a long time. I think he's probably one of the most underrated luchadors out there. I think he's always so good, so entertaining to watch. He's just never pushed as a top guy. So that's probably why there really isn't that much conversation around him, but he's a great wrestler. So I'm excited to see him there. I would consider him underrated. Then Stephanie Vaquer's match. She's going to be teaming up with Lola Bice. The thing I do want to talk about really quickly here, and this is why I wanted to take the time to get into this, is that they're going to be facing Chick Tormenta and Dallas. So one of the things I don't know, Chin, have they explained on NXT the history between Stephanie and Dallas?
No.
They have not. Okay, I figured as much. So when Stephanie and Dallas were both together in CMLL, they were a tag team. And Dallas was like her mentor. And then Dallas jumped over to AAA. And when she did, they started to focus more on growing Stephanie Vaquer in CMLL as a singles wrestler. So had Dallas kind of not jumped over to the other brand, to the other promotion, who knows how long they would have taken to finally start pushing Stephanie Vaquer as a singles champion. So that's good. There's history there with Dallas and Stephanie. So I do hope that NXT makes a pretty little package about it and explains this, because I think that's important, because as of right now, people are like, who's Dallas? Why do I care? There's just some girls that are mad at Stephanie. And so, Chinedu, did that not make you just a tad bit more interested?
Exactly, it really did, because like I say, because like I don't watch AAA, so like a lot of the people they're talking about, I'm not familiar with though, so I want to know more about who they are. Seeing them on TV, because I mean, all of them were like larger than life characters already too, though. So like they already had me invested in looks alone. I'm looking at these people like, oh, they like they can go in this ring though. So I want to see a lot more of them. I do hope they do that, my one, because like so many of these people, again, like I don't know, and I'm going to Google who this daddy is. I want to see myself. I want to see who this is. Denise turn is red as the Raw logo right here behind this daddy. So I got to find out who this person is. Google them. We all gonna see. Look them up. We're gonna see who it is though. And I also want to say real quick to Imperial Silence, I truly hope you have a great time at Worlds Collide, Money in the Bank, and Ron Phoenix, because them tickets are not cheap. You're paying good money for them tickets. I hope you have a great time.
I don't know if people are gonna agree with me, but hello. Yeah, do you see it?
Chat, let us know, chat. How y'all feel?
Eh?
Tell us, chat. You got let us know. You said risk.
I don't know. I mean, I think he's good looking, right? I like the older fella look. So
look at you, Denise likes Zaddies. Look, that's what it is. Zaddies is what Denise likes, y'all.
Yeah, doesn't even want to make eye contact with me anymore.
I can do it. I think I can do it. I can do it. Denise likes Zaddies, y'all. We have heard it here first. All the Zaddies in here.
I'm sweating.
These for the Zaddies, y'all. If you have the gray hair and can wrestle in this ring, and you were built like this guy right here, that him. I think. What about the Dos Equis guy? Is he somebody that could get the number? No,
they're gotta have a little extra. They got to have the it factor. Factor.
I'm gonna go back in the chat and see what they said about this guy. We're reading after the show.
We got Ivan Bravo here who says parece galán de novela mexicana, basically saying like he's a good-looking fella, for like telenovela style, like actor style, you only see beautiful men on television, especially when they're like the lead man on the show.
I got you. I love it. I'm reading the chat, y'all. After this thing, I'm reading the chat. By the way, I got to see what they say.
And in regards to Chick Tormenta, so by the way, Dallas is like so in the ring. I don't expect too much on that end. Like, be nice. Don't expect too much. But Chick Tormenta, though, I really like Chick Tormenta. I think she's cool. I think Chick Tormenta, like, she's very liked by a lot of people because she works very, very hard. So she's somebody that, she really worked for a very long time. So to get this opportunity is a really cool opportunity. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time. Like, keep your eye on Chick Tormenta. Like, that should be fun. All right. Let me see where else we are at now. We got David. By the way, thank you, Imperial Silence. We got David Primero who says, y'all saying WWE is predictable now, not no more. I mean, you got a point there. You got a point. We got Terrence Matthew here who says, I feel like Stephanie is so skilled and they build her in such a way that they should have gone the route of her vacating the title when she got called to the main roster, especially after Battleground. See, I never liked the idea of vacating the title. I was never a real fan of that. I like them dropping it to somebody, but when you think that person is being built up, again, Jordan Grace, Battleground, that's probably what I feel when it should have been done. We got David Primero here who says Jacy's birthday is next Monday, so today's win is her gift. Damn, that's a hell of a gift. Hell yeah. Jacob Tatum here says, has the TNA NXT partnership elevator feel the same? Plus, who needs to be pushed more? And lastly, do you think Soruka will split because of jealous of her North American Championship? Yes, we've been hoping for Zarya and Soruka to come to a breakup soon. So we have been hoping for that. But I do want to take a second and talk about what Jacob said here, because today on the show, we had a confrontation between Mike Santana and Trick Williams. And this was something that was mentioned earlier in the chat as well. Dude, okay, so, man, Santana I've been a fan of Santana since before his last run in TNA. He has had so many changes in the last couple of years, Chin. He went from being, in a tag team with Ortiz in TNA. Then they went to AEW. Unfortunately, they broke up there. Sadly, Santana kind of got into some, he had developed some drinking issues, which we talked about here in an interview. And he opened up and he shared his story. And he's been very, very upfront about his story. So if you guys want to look into that, it's on YouTube and stuff like that. So, he really went to like a dark chapter in his life. And we went for so long without seeing him in AEW because of that dark chapter in his life. So then he went back to TNA and completely got sobered up and got back, in shape, got back to doing what he does as a wrestler, but also he found himself as a singles wrestler. You know that it's hard, Chin, when you are in a tag team and when you are seen as a tag team guy. And Santana broke away from that. Today's promo with Trick Williams was so good. He came across as real, raw, and authentic. What'd you think?
I definitely agree. I've always been a fan of him, especially I was really introduced to him like on a more consistent basis when he was part of Proud and Powerful in AEW. I was a very big fan of that tag team. I felt they had so much potential. Of course, we all go through things in life. None of us are immune to trials, tribulations, though. And again, the interview you guys did was dynamic. Y'all check out that interview. Denise, again, be getting these interviews, y'all. It's scoops. Check it out. But it's just so great to see him revitalized like this. This is who I really wanted to have seen in AEW. But this is a person that we know is bound to be world champion. And I truly just enjoy who we've seen on camera right now. This is a whole new person. Like, it reminds me similar of like when Eddie Guerrero came back, revitalized, full of new life and new energy. That's what I see in him as well.
No, I that new energy revitalized is 100% what we're seeing. And I do think earlier we were talking about this. I do think that I do think that he is going to eventually take the title from Trick, just not right now. Someone mentioned, Slammiversary being in New York. I do think that will probably be when Santana probably wins the title. So thank you so much to I like the Mouse 420 who pointed that out. We got Larice Johnson here who says, I predicted that I knew that upset of the month. Is this upset of the month so far, Stephanie, losing the title?
Oh, yeah. This definitely is, though. Because I feel all the other ones I could ideally see. This one I just did not see coming because I didn't see. I don't see any understandable storylines going forward with her being champion. I didn't see it I just didn't see it. I saw Lola Vice contending next. I saw her turning on Stephanie at Worlds Collide, perhaps after the tag match, and then she goes for the title. A heel Lola Vice, who I honestly want. I want kick-ass Lola Vice. If you go to her, I say this all the time, go to Lola Vice Instagram page. The fight that she has pinned up there, that's the Lola Vice. I mean, this is great too, but that girl there is a kid. Man, go. You'll be like, that's Lola. Yes, y'all. That is Lola beating at that girl. Like, it's a fight in the street. Like, I was like, oh my God. That's who I wanted. So I was expecting that. I was really excited for that, though, because the promos between these two women, these two Latinas, especially if they take it to Spanish, oh, I can't wait. But it didn't,
Yeah, well, at least we're going to get to see them team up together, so that's good. I did want that too, so I'm glad we are seeing that. We got JJ Castile here who says, Denise and Chin, I appreciate both of your hard work making this post show so great. Denise, keep up the amazing work. Chin, keep being you. Thank you so much for the support, JJ. Really, really means a whole lot. Again, I was honestly expecting today's show to be I wasn't expecting all of this. I wasn't expecting to talk about all these things. I wasn't even doing a watch along. I tried, Chin, to look at the cards and try to predict when we're gonna have a really good show. And Jesus Christ, I was so far off. We got Paul Abney here who says this is Trick's full heel turn, the way he was talking with the crowd. I feel, and Chinedu, you've mentioned this before, but I feel like he's been a heel for a long ass time. To me, Trick was an official heel when he started treating Javon Evans like shit. Yeah. That's when he was a heel to me.
He definitely was, but I felt like I felt his turn was a slow turn because at the beginning, a lot of his feelings to me felt justified. Like I was more so like on that Drew McIntyre type of mindset. Like I know it may not be a popular decision, but he's right. Why isn't he getting his one-on-one shot? He's right. Everyone keeps on interrupting, getting started into the title match. He's right. But honestly, tonight I felt 100% did confirm because he said out of his mouth, "I'm turning my back on y'all because y'all turned y'all back on me." And first of all, I love the outfit. I know post roasting it. Listen, I know it felt very cowboy as maybe it's the Texan to me. I love the outfit tonight, Trick. All right. Full heel. It gave me like heel rock energy in Toronto when he came out with like the leather vest, the heel belt buckle, that kind of energy. Like, yeah, we on that heel stuff, man. I'm with it.
We don't talk often about how great Trick Williams' fashion is. He has the rock star vibe, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah. He knows how he dresses like a star for real. He wears things that most of us truly could not wear on the real. This dude could wear a shirt split down the middle and he could wear that. You want to know why? Fuck, 0% body fat for one. And also, too, like he just has the aura, that star power, man. He just has it.
He's glowing. We got Uncle Donk here who says, I missed tonight's show. Stephanie getting called up. I can't think of another reason. Uncle Donk, that's the only reason that we've got right now. At least the only thing we think is the reason for this. So hopefully we're not wrong because then that would just be crazy. So, I mean, we'll find out. We'll find out hopefully soon. Thank you, Uncle Donk. Wish we had a better answer for you.
I know.
Bob Ross Jr. says Trick Williams got embarrassed by Mike Santana on the mic, so he not only lost his cookout invitation now, but he might have lost his black card.
Come on.
So I feel bad because last time everyone said he lost his black card due to the rap performance. Somebody else during the week told me he lost his black card because of the spinneroonie that he did. Did you see the spinneroonie?
I did. And I
And
ain't gonna
now
lie.
he got cooked by Mike Santana. What is happening to our boy Trick Williams? No.
I don't know what's going on, man. But listen, Bob, listen, we gotta stall him out, man. Listen, Trick is on a roll. He's champion. Listen, he and like we all listen, Bob. We already booked and paid the deposit of him to perform that song at the cookout, man. So we already paid the deposit. So we gotta see that through, my boy. He gotta come. We can't get that deposit back. That was a couple. That was a couple thou. We had to pay him. Pull up, man. He supposed to bring that, and we want Last Legend to come too, man. If we don't bring Trick, Lash ain't coming. So we gotta invite. You know what I'm saying? We love Lash Legend. You know they go together now. You know they go together. And if we say he ain't coming, she definitely ain't coming. So we gotta make sure he come on out to the thing. No, although again that spinneroonie was awful. For some reason, I thought he was gonna like hit it like Chris. For some reason, I don't know. Maybe it's the black thing. I don't know what I was thinking, but boy, that was not it. Even Book was like, oh, okay, all right.
Well, the spinneroonie always looks incredibly difficult. And at least now we know it really is difficult, that not just anybody can pull that off.
Yes.
So, anyways, let's see. Anyways, yeah, shout out to Mike, though. I do want to say that. Shout out to Mike Santana. He did a great job. This was a big deal, like a big moment for him. I thought that LAX was going to go to WWE a long time ago. It just wasn't the time. And, unfortunately, they're no longer a tag team. So it is what it is. Hey, man, just things work out differently and overall in time. But before we wrap up the show, though, really quickly, Jada Parker defeated Tatum Paxley and then still had her little beef continue with Thea Hale. Jada Parker is your girl at Chinedu. So tell us what you thought about that.
The right person won. I did not like that Jada didn't get her full entrance. I hate when they give people like her the commercial entrance where she's already in the ring. The crowd likes chanting Miss Parker. We like seeing the shoulder thing that she does when she goes to the ring. I want to see that. And they gave her the entrance, but she still won the match. I thought it was great. She's on a roll. I'm cool with a few with Thea Hale, but I'm be honest, I'm ready for Jada to get some gold, like North American or women. So I am starting to get tired of another feud where somebody disrespects me. I don't play that. I'm gonna whoop your ass. I understand that's her mentality, and I love it. But I want some gold around her waist already, man. It's time.
Yes, but this is Thea Hale's big girl feud, Chin. This is going to be the feud. Like we said, if you're in prison, you go up against the top dog. All right, let's just say she in prison right now, and the top dog is Jada Parker. So I like Thea Hale going after her because she needs Jada Parker right now to make her come across if she has a good showing with Jada, that is going to show Thea Hale in a different light, in the big girl lights.
I will agree. But after this, I want Jada Parker in title contentions for either North American or women's title, like world title. I want her in that feud. Although, I love Thea Hale too, and I'm happy she's out here. But, and I want her elevated as well too. But again, Jada, one of my girls. I want to make sure they out here where they need to be and moving up. Though, Jacy ain't one of them. I'm sorry. I love you, Jacy, but you want one of the girls. That's why I'm feeling this way. That's all. You can be one event. I'm hoping. We gonna see. But again, Jada Parker won. I love it. I know her and Thea Hale gonna have a great match. I'm looking forward to seeing those matches. But after this, I want some gold around Miss Parker's waist.
Alrighty, guys, that is our NXT post show for today. If you enjoyed hanging out with Chin and I here, we are live each and every Tuesday covering NXT, having a good time, chatting about the show. We are fans. We enjoy what we see. So make sure you guys come on in and enjoy the show. Before we wrap things up, just a friendly reminder to everybody, if you haven't already, please make sure to follow my new Facebook page, Denise Salcedo, Denise's Version. I have crossed 1,500 followers. I just started the account a few days ago. I'm posting a ton of content. So if you guys can help me out, go follow that page. My previous page got hacked. And I'm still mad, by the way, because they are still promoting my hacked page to me, by the way, which is pissing me off. They are Facebook's trying to get me to follow my hacked page. Isn't that wild?
That's so disrespectful, man. Like, and somebody need to ass whooped out there in the metaverse. Somebody need to ass whooped out there for real in that old good old metaverse. But I want to congratulate you on climbing so quickly on that Facebook, man. It's gonna be up there before you know it, man. It's climbing quickly.
Hopefully. Chin, let the people know where you are going to be.
Oh, I am currently all over the interwebs on Instagram, Facebook, all those things at Chinedu Ogu. You guys know I'm currently on tour. I'll be in San Antonio this Saturday. This Saturday. I know I got 31st, so I had to change the day. 31st is Saturday at the Upstage Comedy Lounge. I'll be out there. I'll also be at the Houston Improv this Friday. I'll be opening for my good friend Tony Baker. It's going down with there. And I'll also be opening for Tony Baker in Austin, Texas, y'all. So Austin, Texas, that is your chance to see me live out there this year. I will not be out in Austin any other time. So Austin fans, get your tickets at, I think it's vulcangascompany.com to see Tony Baker. I'll be opening for him. The rest of my tour dates, I'll be in Cypress, Pasadena, and Lake Jackson. I've also recently added a Houston show November 1st at Stages Houston. This is going to be a great place. This is where I'll be taping my next special, guys. So I want you all to come on out. Everything other than that, though, follow me on all my socials as well. And in terms of here, please check out the interviews on here. Great interviews on the page with Booker T, Charmel, and Mick Foley on the page right now. Check it out right now. Follow Denise on the Facebook page. Support the Facebook page. And once again, listen, she don't pay me to do this, y'all. I want to do this for her because she really is my friend, and she does a lot of work. And I feel, and some people may, no, just free. I feel we should support the homie and help her with that compensation part, okay? If we all were a part of the Patreon, I promise you, it will be a game changer. So, like, a couple thousand of us pull up? What if half of us join? It really means a lot, y'all. I really genuinely mean this. I am not getting paid to promote it, y'all. She's just my friend, and she works very hard, and she deserves it. So if you can, join that Patreon. Join that Patreon. Join that Patreon. All right? Other than that, support the videos. Like, share, comment. Go to the responses. Hit them, support them, share them. Don't be a dick. Give it a click.
We got Sleaze Boy here who says, film ideas, Jack from Titanic versus Ocean Gate sub. Ah, wild in here. All right. With that, guys, that is our show. Thank you guys so much. And we will be back here tomorrow. Reg and I will be here to chat some AEW Dynamite. Friday, I'll be here to chat some SmackDown. And then that's pretty much it for this whole month. So thank you guys so much. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everyone.